There's a new profile on Gwyneth Paltrow in the New York Times, and it's actually really good. I'll include the link in the notes so you can check it out. It's refreshing because usually these sorts of pieces are like the one I talked about a few weeks ago in the non-New York Times about Christy Funk, Angelina Jolie's quack of a doctor. But in the big business of being Gwyneth Paltrow, writer Taffy Brodesser-Akner does a great job of being fair and presenting Paltrow as a human being, as human being-ish as she can be, while still offering many well-researched examples of just how shady Paltrow's business is. Brodesser-Akner attends a class that Paltrow guest teaches at Harvard, where she tells the students all about how she has basically monetized women's vaginas. She points out that anytime she gets public criticism, it's a cultural firestorm because it revolves around vaginas. Like when her company started selling jade eggs to stick up there for some pseudoscientific purpose, or when she tells people to steam clean their vaginas. She seems to think that this is all positive because when the critics call her out, they link back to her site and she gets a flood of new buyers. She says, quote, "I can monetize those eyeballs," referring to the site visitors. This section stands in stark contrast to the image that Paltrow tries to project, that of a wholesome, healthy individual who just wants other people to enjoy the best of life, just like she has, regardless of their income. In fact, this shows that she couldn't give less of a shit about women. When real doctors like gynecologist Jen Gunter, who, I will point out, you can see at Quizotron on August 2nd at Piano Fight in San Francisco, point out that what she's promoting is actually harmful to women, Paltrow doesn't seem to feel bad about it. She only sees it as an opportunity to exploit an even larger audience. It is truly disgusting. The other interesting tidbit I learned from this profile is that Goop was supposed to join forces with Condé Nast, the magazine publishing giant that owns Vogue, Vanity Fair, many other high-profile titles. Condé Nast was going to publish Goop magazine until they ran into a little hiccup. Apparently, Condé Nast has editorial standards and utilizes fact-checkers, and Goop obviously does not abide by that. Goop literally published an article claiming that there are stickers you can stick on your body that improve your health by rebalancing your energy. Something with so much nonsense in every single word that no fact checker would ever be able to allow it to print while still calling themselves a fact checker. Their heads would just explode. The other problem, Paltrow admits, is that Condé Nast was insistent upon publishing a magazine, not a catalog full of articles that were actually just ad copy attempting to convince the reader to buy poppycock. What a good word, poppycock. I don't use that enough. Anyway, Paltrow balked at that, and she struck out on her own to produce her own bullshit magazine. Paltrow does admit that this fall, the company is hiring their first real fact checker. The good news is that there are several ex-Trump aides out there, like Sean Spicer, who would probably be perfect for the job, considering their recategorization of lies as alternative facts. Yep, I checked that fact. It was alternative. You're good to go. The New York Times profile really does call into question whether or not Paltrow has the perfect life. Brodesser-Akner sees her whip up a delicious dinner in 30 minutes, wear a spotless white dress while her ex-husband plays with the kids, who are talented musicians with firm handshakes. And Paltrow doesn't even try to claim that she's not perfect. In fact, all she does is say that she thinks that it's her perfection, which she worked hard for, according to her, that leads people to hate her. For the record, I don't hate her for her perfection. I loved her as an actor, particularly in The Royal Tenenbaums, one of my favorite movies, and I like to see someone living happily and healthily and fully. To be absolutely clear about it, I hate her because she has achieved her perfect life on the backs of the women she's convincing to shove eggs in their vaginas for no good reason, and the people she convinces to take supplements and drink smoothies instead of getting real medical care for real deadly diseases. Paltrow is a prominent part of big bullshit, and she needs to be shut down.